This is Bill
And Tara.
Tara. It's the Bill and Tara show today. The Quilt lady is on a girls trip.
Yep.
Not going to tell you where because she'll surprise you when she gets back. So anyway,
I think she's having a fun time though.
Yes, she is. I talked to her last night. She's having a good time. So let's have some people say hi. Tell us who's on. Okay. Can you hear us?
Yeah.
It's pretty quiet out there. I was just going to show you guys that I got my Christmas shirt on. Me? Who? Me? Grinchy? Yeah. I kind of have a tendency to be a little Grinchy occasionally. This time
I
of
think
year.
it's just because you don't want to spend the money.
I think
kind of like me. I don't want to spend the money either.
It has become so
yeah
commercialized. Christmas has.
It is.
Kind of lost the reason for the season.
Right.
Why we do it. We do as a family though. We've kind of changed. We used to do, gifts and went crazy, and we just do a family gift. It's a trip usually. So
yeah,
we take the kids on a trip,
making memories. So that's invaluable.
Try to take them all together if we can, but it's really hard since we got 2 families and 7 grandkids, and they're all busy. So we just do it when we can. But we have a good time. What do y'all do for Christmas? Come on.
You ready? I mean, we do a crab boil normally.
Oh,
I mean,
God.
we make a really fast quick trip up to Randall's parents' house. My parents don't have a house anymore, and they are in South Texas, RVing, and so we'll run to Kansas real fast to Randall's mom and dad's and have a traditional Christmas dinner or Thanksgiving, aka same meal there real fast and come right back.
So,
but she
Christmas in Kansas.
Yeah, well, she spends a reasonable dollar on everybody, but she tries to make sure everybody has 500 gifts to open.
Oh yeah, that's how Dawn's mother used to be. Oh my gosh,
500 gifts,
crazy.
But no, they're usually not quality. You have to be very brand specific if you were
just stuff, right?
Yeah, it's just stuff that won't last very long.
Yeah, that's right. So some of the people.
And then crab boil. Did I say that?
Oh, crab boil.
Yeah, we'll do a crab boil with just my family.
Cool. That's cool.
Whenever we can too. It's not we will not go out of the way just when everybody can get together.
That is cool.
And I don't care if it's on Christmas or not.
That's right. We're doing Dawn's family's side on the 16th, because just so we get everybody together, and then
let's talk about that weekend.
Yeah,
the girls graduate
from
college.
Oh,
from OSU,
cool.
And when I get back from Vegas.
Oh,
so next week I'm going to Vegas, and then we get back
to Vegas.
Yeah, NFR.
She's going to Vegas to the NFR. Cool. That's cool.
We have 3 nights of tickets.
So we've got Susan on this morning, and Donna, and Cheryl. Creations by Dee. Hello from Stillwater. Hi, Dee. And then Sherry and Mary Beth. Hi, Mary Beth. How are you? And Sarah Lynn. What do y'all do for Christmas? Can you throw this out here for us and kind of let us know what y'all do for Christmas? Crickets.
Yeah. Well, and then we get a reasonable amount of gifts. I just make sure everybody has one gift, and I've been known to put a lot of gifts in one package. Because that's what they needed, but
Cheryl, she spends time with family. That's what's important, right?
Yeah,
there. Absolutely. No matter what you do, you get to spend some time with your family.
I usually buy a board game too.
Yeah. We try to do that when we get together, like Dawn's family. We'll play games. We'll play games. In the afternoon, we'll eat too much, and then play games.
They all like to play games.
If the weather's good, then we go outside. The kids get to go outside, and all the cousins play football, do all
in the yard.
Yeah, that's right. Susan, family gets together sometime in the month. 13 grandchildren. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Wow, we have 7. That keeps us pretty busy.
I have no little ones.
13.
Mine are all just big
Not
ones.
yet. They're coming though.
Yeah. Well, you got a wedding in April.
One getting married.
Yep,
So
got a wedding in April.
Won't be long. Yep. It'll be grandma.
Yeah.
You're too young to be a grandma, right?
Well, I told him, I was like, just wait till I'm 50. And then she was like, how long will that be? I was like, well, it's not really that long.
Kathy Z, she's working on Christmas.
Yeah.
Yep.
I have no Christmas bought. None.
No.
No
Well,
Christmas bought.
I'm sure Dawn does.
Well, okay,
I just
maybe.
don't know about it.
Maybe a little
I'm
bit,
one of
but
those that goes, oh, yeah.
it's Christmas. Okay.
I just act like I knew what the kids were getting. Little kids, we get stuff for them. Big kids, they're out of luck.
Yeah.
Let's see, Pat from Bison and Mary Beth. She used to get all together on Christmas Eve and all kinds of Christmas goodies and old presents from Grandma and Grandpa. Yeah, Dawn, back when Dawn's grandma was alive, which was her mom's mother, we had a big Christmas Eve at her house. And of course, Grandma Maggie, she was the one that got you the socks and underwear and everything you needed for the year. Now it's like,
That's Randall's mom.
I have to buy my own underwear now. So
yeah.
Barbara West, they're going to the Oldest Sons in San Antonio. And then going to the
Alamo
Alamo Bowl.
Yeah.
Boomer what? Oh, I'm just kidding. Boomer Singer. Yeah. All righty.
Go Pokes.
Go Pokes.
Yeah, I don't have.
We're not going to get a Bedlam fight going here, which Bedlam's going away.
Yeah, it is.
That's sad.
It is.
That's sad. All righty. Well, let's get rolling here. Tara and I kind of have a neat little show for you today. We think we're going to talk about sewing machines and I've got a little video I'm going to show you guys on how a sewing machine works and how it makes a stitch, which is pretty.
It's interesting because you would never. I mean, you would never imagine that it does so much.
While I was doing my research, looking for the video, I saw a deal that one of them they explained stitching with a needle, and it was really long. Yeah. And they said, how does the machine work when it pokes a hole in the thread on the fabric and comes back out the same hole? How does it make a stitch? And we're going to learn that today and how important it is for everything to be set properly. Yeah. Your tension and some other things on the machine that the user usually can't do. And that's when people like me come in. People can fix things that get broke. All right, but we'll jump into this.
We're off timing. I mean, it happens.
I'm going to put lists of services up here, and it's probably going to block off Tara's face.
We'll talk.
But we'll talk way through.
We'll talk, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so we long arm.
I'll let Tara do this. She gets this.
Okay, so we long arm quilts and binds, and we'll make your binding if you don't want to make it. whatever you need to do,
we have a new tool for that.
We do.
Binding ease, yes.
Yeah, that iron thing. I'm sure if you saw Don use it from the quilt show or quilt market.
We're gonna have a demo of that in a couple week or two. So.
Yeah, and then of course we got machine repair. Bill does machine repair, and new or old. I mean, and he just doesn't do sergers.
Don't do sergers. They're too. They're talking about something that's complicated. That's complicated.
They're complicated. And then sharpened scissors. Bill does that. Most scissors are able to be sharpened, believe it or not. And then we can embroidery for you. We got the AccuQuilt products to cut out your AccuQuilt fast and furious. Dawn did a king size quilt the other day in 35 minutes. I mean, who doesn't want to cut their quilt out in 35 minutes to get on sewing? And then of course we could make almost anything for you, a quilt or memory bears or whatever you have come up with that you would like a homemade gift or something sewn for your loved ones or even yourself. Or if you want to learn how to make something, we have classes. And we'll get our list updated really soon for the upcoming January and and February and stuff. But we'll get that. Those are coming. I'm going to do another bag classes. We'll do the necessary clutch wallet again and do what?
Oh, I forgot something.
Okay.
We're going to show today. So.
Okay.
Oh, that's fine.
And then alterations. If you needed anything mended or, just make it a better fit for you, we can get her done.
Get her done. Yep. Get her done.
Get her done.
Real quick, social media, where we're at on social media?
We are on Facebook, which a couple of you are watching us from Facebook at The Quilt Lady OK. And then Instagram, also at The Quilt Lady OK. And we're on YouTube and the majority of them watching from YouTube?
We have a lot of watchers. Let's look and see what we got here.
Yeah.
We got 20 on YouTube and 8 on Facebook today.
Okay, nice. Yeah. Okay, so the majority of you are watching on YouTube. So you know where to find us.
Kathy likes my t-shirt.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Then we'll talk about retreats real quick.
Retreats?
Yep.
Yep, I haven't been, but maybe I'll get
You
to
need
one
go
time.
Yeah.
They are $350, which includes 4 nights, 5 days, all meals included. You can take your snacks or whatever you can't live without that you might think that won't be there. But and then there's lots of games and projects, and we actually I think are going to start playing some games here in stores.
Yep.
So
In-store games. Yep.
just similar to the ones I play in retreat.
Coming after the first of the year.
Coming
Okay. Soon.
So our retreats, they are at Call Lake, and they start March 27th through the 31st. Then we have one in May 1st through the 5th, and then September 11th through the 15th, and then November 13th through the 17th.
I'm going to try to put those on the
He's going to put a link in the
link real quick, a link to the
retreats.
Yep.
And
so if you want to, let's see if you want to start talking about the door ban, the
okay, yep. And then we have the door banners. They have came in and they're getting sewn, and they are just beautiful. I believe they're about 20 by 36, and it'll be fun to make those every month. And so you have a $5 registration, which saves your spot and guarantees you to get them. And then they're $43.99 a month. And we're excited about those. There's still a few left. Some about at least a little more than half, I believe, are sold. I don't know the current counts.
Yeah,
they're getting there. They're getting there. So you check them out, and
we're pretty close to full on that one.
Nice. And then we have the coveted wind song. Man, very popular. Yeah.
We only have 3 or 4 of those left.
Yeah, 3 or 4, and we've extended about as much as we can possibly extend it. So I think we have 30, right? 30?
We have 30 available, and
30 available. Yeah.
Those are, I think we only have 4, maybe 4 left.
Okay. And then there's a $10 registration that just saves your spots, and then they're $27.99 a month, and they can be shipped or you can pick them up in store. The shipping is an additional, and it is a 12-month project starting in January. And it's just coming along so beautifully.
I'll drop a link to all the BOM, just one link to getting to the page. It'll be in the
okay. So in the comments, you can find the links to the BOMs, the block of the months, and
they're all listed.
They are all listed, and then that's how you sign up. Okay, so we have the Blushing Blooms. That's also a $10 registration fee to hold your spot, but this one is only 9 months long. So this is $26.99, and it starts in February. And I can't wait for these fabrics to come, and I think they're going to just be gorgeous. And then we have the Verona. We didn't talk about that one.
Verona, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Verona is just about sold out. Actually, most of these are just about sold out.
Yeah, oh, that's great. Verona. So yeah, a $10 registration fee, $26.99 a month, and that is an 8-month project. So I'm assuming is there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? I'm gonna assume that you're gonna get one strip of color in the 8 months. So, but I think that's a nice, color change, and I think it's kind of cool. That'll be fun to do. Okay.
All right. Well, I think
that's what we do, and that's what we have.
Go to our little sewing machine show.
Our sewing machine
show now?
Yeah, we can.
Okay.
We can.
So, I don't know how we're going to do this because we just kind of decided this is what we're going to do.
And
but
we don't rehearse anything.
I think the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to ask a question. Does anybody know how a sewing machine makes a stitch? Anybody out there watching today? Without looking it up on YouTube or Googling it, how does a sewing machine make a stitch? It pokes a hole in the fabric and comes out the same hole. It's amazing how it
Mhm.
can.
And it's not a chain stitch. It doesn't make a chain
Nope.
stitch.
No, it's a lock stitch is what it's called.
Yeah.
Linda Snodgrass, she's getting the door banner from us, and she's
Yay.
excited for it to start.
Yes, we are too.
We're ready too. So, okay, I'm going to go ahead and try this. I'm going to show a video of how, and it has no audio, and maybe I'll be able to talk Mary Beth, she says she knows how.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, Mary Beth.
I'm sure I'm going to learn things.
It's pretty
today
amazing.
Too.
It really is amazing how a sewing machine works. So I'm going to try this and see if this works, how a sewing machine works. And then I got to get over on the
computer.
Let's see if this, there we go.
Yeah.
I got to get over on the computer and
get
it going. I'm on the wrong, hang on a second.
Yes, find the right tab.
There we go.
There we go.
And then we're going to play this and see if it goes. The needle drives the thread down. A rotating shuttle hook hooks the top thread. So if you hear the term hook, that's the hook, and it's a sharp little thing. And then it brings the fabric around.
The thread, not the fabric.
No, the thread. The thread around, yes. Around the bobbin case. Brings it back up.
And what that's a oscillating
Yeah, that's an oscillating hook. Yeah. Some of them go round all the way around. This one is oscillating. It just goes back and forth.
And it just slips off once it gets halfway. It connects it to the bobbin thread. The bobbin thread's black and the thread from the top is white on this demo. There you go. And then
The take-up lever pulls it tight. Completes the stitch. That's why when you're done sewing, you need to make sure your take-up lever is all the way to the top.
And it's very important. I brought some old machines again.
What is a home warranty? It's a 1-year service plan that helps cover costs when parts of your...
There we are.
We're back.
We're back.
All right.
So I hope you learned something there.
Linda says, kind of like the human body. Amazing.
Yeah, really? Yeah. Only the problem is the human body can heal itself. These things cannot heal themselves.
Sewing machines cannot.
Okay. What did you do with it?
Okay.
Okay.
Well, let's look at sewing machines.
Okay. So this one is missing parts. It's missing the motor. I sent him off for. Okay. Well, maybe we should have had our.
Let's just do that.
Our big camera.
There we go.
There you go. Okay. So this is this one. This is a Singer 201. I have all the electrical. The motor is on. It's a potted motor. It hangs off over here, and it's not. Some of these older. I'll show you a different one. There, the motor's mounted down here. This does not have a belt. They have I think they're called worm gears, right? Bill, would you call that?
Yep.
This one has a worm gear in it.
Gear.
This is a 1937 model, and I only know that because you can look at these serial numbers up. But I have set off the electrical. This piece this one actually has an on and off switch. A lot of these don't have on and off switches. This one has an on and off switch, and it looked really funky. So I'm sending it off to another YouTube. I'm sure Bill's cussing me because he could have done it, replaced it. But I was like, I sent it off. And so, but I will get this restored. I'm not here to restore other people's machines. This is also missing a thumb screw, but it turns freely. So if you find any old machine, it has a little, but it's probably dry. It hasn't been used in like forever. But the hook down here, and it takes a a 66 bobbin, but this one is a rotating hook. You see how it just goes all the way around? Yeah, it has a little catch in there. See right
It's
here?
a little dry.
Yeah.
A little dry.
But I'm excited to get this one working. I think we won't have any issues whatsoever with it once it goes.
Yep.
And it's a tough old machine. That potted
I love
motor.
these machines.
That potted motor really makes it strong.
Yes, I love these old machines. I have customers that ask, and I'm not talking about just these,
But the older
the
machines.
older machines, are they worth fixing? Absolutely. They don't have all the fancy stitches, and they don't have any. But if you're a quilter, really,
this is all you need.
You need a straight stitch.
Yeah.
You might need one that does a zigzag, depending on what you do.
But you can buy an attachment.
Yeah, yes, I have.
Yeah, I mean,
a whole bunch of the attachments.
was looking for one, and I can't find it. But it's a huge attachment. It comes out, some sits behind here, and this attachment has lots of things on it. It's so.
Kathy Z says they don't make them like that anymore.
But
absolutely true.
Yeah. If yours is like a 1970s and older, those are really worth.
Yeah. Now they started putting plastic gears in them
in the 70s.
Singer did. Singer, even their older machines, the heavy ones, still have plastic or nylon gears. And the problem with the nylon gears is they get brittle and they break eventually. Yeah. I have rebuilt some of them, but it is not fun to do. And I rebuilt one, and probably within a year it broke
again. Yeah.
So if you can get one that has metal gears inside of it, they're definitely worth it.
And
getting cleaned up and running.
This machine also, the feed dogs drop. Yeah. There's a device underneath there that the feed dogs drop. And then the tension here is right here, this next machine. But I was watching a video where the guy was like, didn't like it when they started putting numbers on the tension.
Yes.
Because the numbers really
don't
mean anything.
They don't mean anything.
And on these old machines, I mean, you could make a 9 be the perfect stitch, or you can change the numbers. Right. And it's just the way you put this all back together.
Okay.
And so that's this one. This machine currently doesn't work. Obviously, it's missing parts. But this one I used pretty much all day yesterday. And I also got a modern, so here's the motor that's attached with the belt. You need a thread stand because I still have issues with the thread sticking here. But this is a 15. The tension is on the nose. That's how you know it's a 15. And I enjoy sewing on this machine a lot. This one has a bobbin case,
which we will show you about bobbin tension, and we'll use that case to do that.
Yeah. So this one has a bobbin case, but this one is a oscillating hook. You see how it just goes back and forth like the video.
Like on the video.
So that's this machine. My husband was sitting in his rocking chair and watching me sew on this.
That's pretty cool. I've not seen one of those models with the take-up lever in the front and the tension in the front.
Yeah, it sews really good. It's just keeping the thread here is where, and I've seen where they took a wooden bobbin and added a little hook to it, and so you could put it back where your normal spool goes. But I also upgraded a lot of these old machines. The presser foot, the foot feet, the presser foot. Yeah, the presser foot is wired.
Foot pedal, yes.
Yeah, the foot pedal. Well, it's wired into the machine, and it barely touched the floor too. It was a very short cord.
Yep, they are short.
It was a very short cord, and it barely touched the thing. And so I did purchase a modern
electronic.
Which electrical.
The older pedals have a. It's kind of like the old model trains where you had the little deal that slid and the train would go faster, and then you bring it back and go slower. That's what the old foot pedals have. The new foot pedals are electronic, so they work much better. They're a lot more responsive, and they, the speed.
It's easier to control.
Easier to control.
Well,
the speed.
and then this one just, it had a block beside it, and then anybody, and it was best.
Yes.
It was easier
Yeah,
to
the
sew
little
barefooted.
little tiny
Yeah,
block
it was-
that you put
yeah.
your foot on. Yes.
It was easier to sew barefooted with that one. But yeah, this machine just sounds so neat. It has a clickety clackety that just it sounds really cool.
Yep.
And I enjoy sewing.
And
on
these
this.
machines can sew through anything.
I've broken needles from trying to.
We actually, our former postmaster here in Kingfisher,
Yes.
he and his son make boots.
Yeah.
And they use an old Singer. I can't remember what model it was.
I think they use a 201.
Maybe a 201.
But
I actually rebuilt the machine for him, one that he had, and that's what they used to sew stitch the leather. Put the fancy stitching on the tops and the toes and things like that. They obviously can't sew the sole on with it, but they use it to stitch on the leather with. So they will stitch on some heavy duty material.
And this one did have a light, but it was a Bakelite light, and it broke. Yeah. So.
Okay.
But yeah, that's these machines. Okay. But
gosh darn it. Okay. All right. I'm going to show them the little toy machines there.
Oh yeah. And then, here's it's a 20, a Singer 20. And technically, if you saw a video on it, and it's stuck with thread, and this is a chain stitch machine. So it does chain, but they say it's not a toy. If you watch the old videos about them, it's not a toy. It's something you could take to college and sew your own clothes or mend something.
From what I understand, some of them they were actually salesman models.
Yeah, some of them are.
A salesman would bring it to show you, how the machine worked basically.
And this one's mine. This one actually works. It is jammed there.
You can buy them on eBay. There's a lot of them
on
eBay. They're not cheap though.
They're not cheap.
I think probably
$150, $200. I mean,
dollars plus. Yeah, if you find one for less than 100, that's in good shape. You've done
purchase
really
it.
well.
Well, and it took me about. I have 3 of these machines, and this is the only one that works.
There's one of our friends and customers here in town. I'm not going to name her, but she has I don't know how many of these. She's got cases of of these toy machines or little machines. They're really not toys. They do work.
And this one's the black one's a Singer. This one is a Betsy Ross. It's the same concept. It is. Yeah, it has a little chain. How it hooks down there. So
it's missing.
It's missing a handle.
Missing the handle that you crank with.
But I think that's probably about it.
Yep.
But you can buy some parts for these. You can buy a new. Oh, look what I found.
Oh, yay. All right. So let's talk about. Let me move the camera. Excuse my hand. I'm going to get the camera up where you can see our faces.
Our smiles.
Our big smiles this morning.
Down on my hand.
So we're talking about sewing machines and how they make a stitch. Well, one thing that's really important, obviously, in the stitch is tension. And we all know that if we sew, that a machine has a tension knob on the top. And that is the top tension for the top thread. That makes sure the top thread is tight enough. And you saw how the video showed how it made the stitch. That's very important. But also important is the bobbin tension. And a lot of people don't, I'm surprised how many people don't know that there's an adjustment to the bobbin tension. And kind of the way you can tell what's wrong with your stitch is the way that the thread is laying on the fabric. So if you're a machine that the tension is set correct on, you're not going to see, if you use 2 colors of thread, you wouldn't be able, on the top, you'd see the top thread, and you turn it over and look, and you wouldn't be able to see that color, and vice versa. If the bottom thread, the bobbin thread was a dark thread, you could see it laying on the bottom, but turn it over and you wouldn't be able to see it on the top. If you see the top thread on the bottom, that means your top tension isn't
set right.
set right. If you really won't see the bobbin thread on top, but if you start getting all sorts of loops and everything on the bottom, that is usually bobbin tension. So we're going to show you here. I'm going to show you real quick. If I do have it. And another thing, and I know most of y'all know this because you all sew, but is how you thread a bobbin. You do it to where the thread,
I can't see.
you see, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm going to bring this up here. So you see that little, let me back off where you can see it, hopefully.
There it is.
There you go. That little deal right there. Okay, that's where your thread goes in the bobbin or in the bobbin case. So you have to make sure that the thread basically goes backwards. So if you put the thread in like this, that would be improper. See how it's coming off the bobbin and going in straight into that little notch? That's wrong. You have to turn it around and put it in backwards, basically. So you put it in backwards to where the thread comes down. My camera is not the best, and then goes back into that notch. So if you're looking at the bobbin is rotating. If you look at the bobbin is rotating counterclockwise. So that is set properly. Okay. The bobbin is threaded properly. So once you get it in there, and then you bring it and you put it in your little, I guess this is correct.
Yeah.
Oh, it goes like that.
Yeah.
Okay. So once you get it seated in there, to check your bobbin tension.
Kind of clicks too.
Yeah. Check your, whoop.
Yeah.
Well,
it's hard to
it'll
get
work.
those.
It'll work this
Yeah.
way. See how this just barely moves down? If I shake my fingers and it just barely moves down. Let me move it up here again, show you. See, it's not moving, but if I do this, see how it barely moves slowly? Then your bobbin tension is correct. If it's too tight, you do that, it doesn't
all
move.
the way down, or
And if it's too loose and you do that, you just pick it up and it falls. So to adjust your bobbin tension, and you got to be really, it doesn't take much. But on this kind of bobbin case, see this little screw right there? There's a little screw right there. And that's how you adjust your bobbin tension. You just take a little screwdriver and you turn it righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, but it doesn't take much. I mean, it doesn't even take less than an eighth of a turn, usually one direction or the other, to get it proper. So that's that. And so any of the machines that have bobbin cases like that, that's how you adjust your bobbin tension. Now you have these, which these are a lot different.
These are your modern machines.
These are modern machines. A lot of the modern machines have this kind of bobbin case. It sits down in where the underneath the sole plate of the machine, and the bobbin goes in it. Now they thread the same direction, same way. You do it backwards. You put it through the little notch. Yeah, I've got it in there backwards, upside down. Actually,
I put mine in like a P. It should look, your bobbin should look like a P.
Yes, look like a P. Yeah, you're correct. Your thread, basically, when she says looks like a P, the thread is on the left-hand side of the bobbin and sitting in the case. And then you put it in the little notch, which is going to be a little difficult to do, and bring it around. Now, checking bobbin tension is a little more difficult on these. And they have a screw.
They do?
The same, yep. That little screw.
Oh, yeah.
They have a little screw right there that does the same thing. So, but, unless you're comfortable with doing it, I probably wouldn't mess with it.
Bring it to Bill.
Bring it here.
But you should know how to remove this, because you need to clean your machine. And you should be cleaning your machine kind of often, so that way you don't have to bring it to Bill.
At least blow them out. Now, the little can air thing that you get for your computer keyboards.
Or wipe it with your little brush.
Wipe it with a brush, or even a Q-tip will work. You take your bobbin out, blow this out right here, down in here, pull this out, blow it out underneath it. Same thing with the machine that has the metal bobbin.
And around your feed dogs.
Yep. And I do have, I've had customers come in, the machine, the thread, the feeder dogs aren't coming up all the way. And so it doesn't feed the fabric through the machine. And most of the time there's lint,
too much lint
stuck down in those feeder dogs, and it's not allowing those feeder dogs to come up and grab the fabric like they should. So, there's, routinely just take you a can of that air, blow things out anywhere you can see, blow it out. You're not going to hurt the machine.
Quickly.
I use Janice Andrews as a makeup brush, works well.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Young Living probably has a brush.
Your machine comes with a brush, and
Yeah.
that works too.
Yep, they have the little,
and you can go wash
the little
it after.
brush that looks like a little bush brush.
Yeah.
Donna says, I was told not to use air to blow in the machine. You don't want to use high pressure air. You can use the little can of dust off, I think it's called, at Walmart, that you use on computer electronics and stuff like that. There's not enough pressure to do damage to the machine.
Even when your machine cuts the thread, it won't mess that up. The canned air, will it, Bill?
Right. Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. And as a matter of fact, Dawn on her long arm, that's a routine. I mean, she pulls the bobbin case out and blows air. We actually use a air compressor at home to blow the lint out. You would be amazed. I'll have machines. People will bring machines in, and they're not working properly, and I clean them up. I'll open the machine up, and it looks like it's
bad.
full. It looks like
It's
a rat's
bad.
nest full of lint. And lots of times I'll collect as much lint as I can. I'll put it in a little bag and put it with the machine so they see. But that, you can't get inside the machine, and I understand that. But if you just routinely blow it out a little bit, kind of keep the lint out, eventually it needs, you should probably have your machine serviced annually, if you use it quite a bit, just because, things get dry and out of adjustment and stuff like that. So anyway, that's that.
We can also talk about what machines need oiled and what don't.
Yes.
Because these old machines I showed you, if you even had it sitting on the shelf for a little bit, you're going to want to add oil to it.
Yep. And a lot of people don't realize these machines here, they have holes. and even more modern machines, the metal modern machines have holes. So these holes right here, like right there, there's a hole there, there's a hole there, there's a hole there. There's 2 holes down here.
Oiling points.
Yep. And they are for oil.
And this machine, I just sew with it just like this. Some machines don't need to be put in the bobbin, but you can also, anything that moves.
You just put a drop, and don't put a lot of oil, just a drop or 2. Yep. So if this turned, then there would be, right there, anywhere, anything that moves, just put a drop of oil in it and rotate the hand wheel, make sure it gets worked in there.
And the feed dogs drop on this one too. Show them Show them what makes the feed dogs drop. You see it?
No.
It's right there at the top.
This?
Yeah, that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you loosen it?
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's cool. I did not know that.
Yeah, the feed dogs drop in this one.
Oh, I see. And as you turn it, they move.
Yeah.
See, the feed dogs drop down, and then you can bring it back and your workout this morning.
Yeah, these are heavy. These are heavy.
And you can use them for instead of dumbbells. You can
workout. Sewing machine.
Rosa says
sewing machine strong.
Works great for cleaning the lint.
Yes, it sure does.
Kathy Z says I learned that lesson from you before retreat. Yes, you did. Okay, so we're really spending a lot of time on this, but that's fine.
Yeah.
And then one of the problems I've seen, and it's kind of funny, people say, well, my machine's not sewing, it's not making a stitch. Well, a lot of times it's the needle. First thing I do is I change the needle, put a new needle in it, because it can have a little bit of a bend in it and you can't even see it. You may hit a pin or something and bent the needle,
or even just get stalled,
or even or my thread keeps breaking and there might be a little bit of a burr on that needle, and that's all. I can't remember how many times and when I learned how to work on sewing machines, the guy that taught us this said how many times a needle or the thread passes through the eye of the needle on a sewing machine before it makes a stitch. It's a lot. So it's just friction. And eventually if you have a little burr, it's going to work on that thread until it breaks. So change the needle. Mm-hmm. And then another thing is making sure the needle is all the way in. Yeah. People put it in, they don't put it all the way in. Uh,
I use my fingernail and push it all the way up there.
Janice says I've called Bill many times with this problem. Yes, you have. I haven't got any calls from you in a while, so hopefully everything's working. But hers was a needle. I mean, she was having trouble with her quilting machine, and it was the needle. Also, another thing is the needle being put in backwards. Now, new machines, you can't put the needle in backwards. It has a flat side on it, and if you don't put it in right, the hole the needle goes in is flat on one side and it won't go in properly. But some of the older machines, you can put them in backwards. And if you put a needle in backwards, it's not going to make a stitch. And it all has to do with how that hook passes by the
needle.
Yep, the needle. And if you'll feel the needle, it's got a little indention in the back. It's called a kerf. There's a little indention in the back of the needle. And you can't see it, but if you feel the needle, there's a little indention right there in the back of the needle, and that is so the hook can pass
and collect that
and
thread.
catch the thread. And if it's backwards, that indention is not there. And there's some other adjustments. There's the distance between the hook and the needle might be off.
Timing.
That's where a serviceman works, and can adjust it. Or the timing is wrong. So the needle is not passing the hook at the right time. And so if it's too fast, the needle, the hook will pass before the needle gets there with the thread. Or if it's slow, then the needle will get down there and come back up and the hook passes and misses the thread. And that's something that a technician has to fix. You can't fix that. So you have to have a special tool for it and stuff like that.
You need gauges.
The machine tips are fascinating.
Yeah.
We're great teachers. Ooh,
yeah, good. Good.
Tara's a good teacher.
I mean, I got it into these old machines because I lost them.
Yeah, it's just very interesting. It really is. I mean, of course, I learned to work on machines out of necessity because somebody I lived with sewed a lot and it was kind of
needed our machine
and
fixed.
then it was just kind of evolved into. I'll work on an electronic machine for the mechanics, but I don't have all the computers and everything to know what's wrong.
If it's bad.
What's wrong if there's a board,
besides your little electrical gauge
or something like that.
They say, oh yeah, this is the wrong part.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so we got a few minutes left here in our hour, so we're going to talk about some products here real quick. And Tara has no idea what she's showing, so I'm going to step out of the way and let her show some things. And basically, what it is just some
gift
small
ideas
stuff,
or something.
gift ideas, stocking stuffers for the sewist. I know all of you are sewists, but the other sewists in your life. So one thing I do want to mention is gift cards. We've had several people call about gift cards. Do you sell gift cards? Yes, we do. Gift cards are a good gift for the sewist in your life. And if you're, tell your loved one, say, hey, I'd sure like to have a gift card to the Quilt Lady. You can't order them online. You can call us, though, anytime during business hours or send us an email at info@quilt-lady.com, and we would be more than happy to help you out with that.
Oh, here, some of this lady, Rosa, she said threading the needle correctly. Some of them are right to left and some of them are
absolutely
left to right.
And some of them
especially
are
on
front to
these
back.
Older machines. Well, yeah.
And all it has to do is where the hook is in relation to
the needle.
If the needle, some of them are back to front. I've seen machines that are back to front. So the hook passes in front of the needle if you're looking at, wherever the hook and the needle are. And then there's ones front to back, and then there's ones left to right, depending, where you look at it. Like this machine right here, the bobbin is in the front, not on the side.
And
so
it's right to left.
Yes, your thread, the thread or the hook passes behind the needle. So you're going to thread it from the front of the machine to the back of the machine. So anyway, and if you got the needle in correctly, you just feel where the kerf is. You thread it to the kerf, from the smooth side to the kerf side is how you thread the needle. So okay.
Yep.
All right, that was cool.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, that was fun.
You're on.
Okay.
You're on. We'll see what
okay, let me.
You're gonna have to dig through stuff.
Yeah, and I'm gonna find some numbers here.
I've got numbers. There's numbers on them.
Oh, there's numbers on them?
There's numbers on them. All you got to do is
Oh.
All you got to do is just.
Okay.
Bring it up.
We also
Well, no. Let's start with the little coasters. The little coasters.
These ones?
Yep. And they're different designs, so you'll have to get through there. So let's start with that. Let's start with this one. This is number one.
Okay.
Flying
With
Duck.
that,
The car coaster.
yeah, car coasters. I got a new car. Maybe these would be a good idea for me.
I need to call Randall. Say, hey, I got some ideas.
Oh.
Okay,
And then-
let's go to the next one. That's number one. The Flying Geese car coaster is mine one.
Okay. Ooh, you got all fancy, Bill.
I know. You've never done it this way.
No, I haven't.
You're not in front. You're there, but you need to move over. No, the other direction. There you go. Now,
am I?
yep, you're in the picture now.
Oh, is it? Is my computer wrong?
Yeah,
What
don't
I
know why
see?
it's doing that. It's back.
What I see? Okay.
Okay. And then we have the Guiding Star Coaster.
Okay.
Mine 3. These are all $5.99. And then the Carpenter's Star Coaster.
This one kind of looks like flowers to me. I like it. It's cute. These are cute.
All right. And then
Okay.
next is the little pin cushion there, the magnetic.
Okay.
Flower Power magnetic pin cushion from Riley Blake.
Riley Blake.
It's mine 5.
Yep. Mine 5. $9.99.
All right. And then the next thing is the little blingy boot keychain.
If you want one of these, you better let us know fast because we don't have very many today.
That's the only one we have.
The only one we have.
If you want
Only one we have.
claim it
Good
today.
morning, Laney. Welcome.
Morning.
Laney wants to join in.
Okay.
I got
All
some
right.
more
The
doing
next
today.
is we have the little mirrors, and we have
Okay.
several different colors. If they're interested, they just
Oh, look, Matthew's on there.
pocket
Hi,
mirror.
Matthew. Let us go.
Yeah. And these little mirrors
Blingy pocket.
have to be kind of like to the side. Bill says mine.
One's magnified and one's regular. I believe. Handy for
Your purse, yeah. Okay.
Okay.
What's
And
next?
then we have
Playing
playing
cards.
cards, and these are the hometown ones.
There we go.
Hometown playing cards.
Okay.
And
And
then
they're $9.99. And then these ones are $7.99.
Bonnie Hunters.
Cute little colorful quilt on them.
And then the next one is the bobbin holder, the red bobbin.
Okay. Man, I need one of these too. My bobbins are everywhere. I actually use a gum, one of those gum plastic containers to hold my bobbins. And so
It's mine 13.
Yep.
$12.99.
$12.99.
And then the next one is the other bobbin holder,
Yep, magnetic one
red bobbin.
for my
We
metal
have
ones.
those, and we have ones
Yep.
with wood. They're made out of wood also. They're
But-
pretty handy.
and
They're
these-
magnetic, and they hold your
Yeah.
metal
I mean,
bobbin. If you have plastic bobbins, you're lucky. You need the other one if you have plastic.
yeah, this is plastic bobbin one. And this is $11.99.
And then we have the next step is going to be the cutter. The
cutter? Yep. When you're chain piecing, this would be super handy.
That's mine number 15.
Yep. Yep.
All right.
Great.
And then next up is, I can't tell. Oh, the
Oh.
little scissors. Laney, you want to hand us a pair of those,
Yeah, of course.
the little ones?
The little ones.
Gold handle
Uh-huh.
scissors there. Yes.
These are. I got a pair of these, and they do have a cute little felt case that can come in. But yeah, I feel like I have.
Nippers. Yep.
Yeah, I feel like I have man hands. So, but yeah,
They're pretty handy with the big,
big
hands.
loops and stuff.
It's mine 16.
Mine
for
16.
$15.99.
$15.99, and these are the DHL ones. They're. I mean,
Yeah, the new line that we're
LDH.
LDH.
Yeah.
All right, and that's the big one. That's the big one.
Okay. There's a clapper. Press your seams all flat.
And they work.
Yeah, it does. It does work. And then, I mean, and if you're making garments too, like I need one of these too.
A little flower on it.
I use so that's $38.99. It's big. It's 17 inches. And so you can press a lot at once. And then here's a little smaller one. It's $28.99. So, no, well, Okay.
All righty. And then we have the kits. We have the box kit there.
Yeah, this comes in a cute little magnetic box.
I'm assuming it's similar to the box that the
Yeah.
door banner kits are going.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah. I think,
Similar. It's gonna
yeah,
a
that'd be
pretty
really
little
cute.
box like that.
You'll have a whole slew of nice, cute little boxes from Riley Blake. Yeah. But this is a cute little, and it's just it says backing's not included. Yeah. Table topper, friendship quilt. I can't find the dimensions. Oh, here it says it's 40 by 40. And it is $65.99.
Perfect for a 48-inch round table.
Yeah.
Okay. And then
Okay.
we have the
Yep.
explosion of poppies.
Explosion of poppies. This is really pretty. We had it hanging behind us before on our lines with the fabrics in here are just pretty. And it's $126.99. And it's 48 by 48. So it's bigger. So it's very pretty. Okay. And then we got the wave. This comes with a jelly roll. And it's $89.99. And so very pretty.
Go back up here.
Is that it?
Get down where they can see you.
Okay, there we go.
Oh, all right.
We hope your Christmas goes amazing too.
Don't have a bill label here, but
Yeah.
anyway. Well, that's all we have for today. And we don't, do we have something a question to ask so we can?
Oh yeah, Lainey, do we
away.
have a question of the day?
Oh,
She's always good about this.
hmm.
What are we giving away?
What are we giving away? I don't know what we're giving away.
What are we giving away, Bill?
We'll give another.
Shirt.
Christmas t-shirt.
Another shirt.
Christmas t-shirt.
Another
Listen.
Christmas t-shirt. Gosh.
Yeah.
I gotta think.
Yeah. What can we ask them? Oh.
We could ask for suggestions.
Yeah. We always want suggestions. If you have anything.
Okay. I just recently, we were talking,
Mhm.
what is the name of the little indention in the back of a needle? What's it called?
Ooh.
In a sewing machine. I just said it. If y'all were listening, you can answer that.
What is it called? The indention on the back of the needle, where the hook comes around and picks up the thread from. I'm not even sure. Lanny isn't.
I wasn't here.
She wasn't here. And
I was busy getting my caffeine for the day.
Kerf.
That is correct. Denna is correct.
Yep.
Okay, Denna, you
Okay,
have
David.
a.
A t-shirt. What
T-shirt.
size would you like?
You can call us if you'd like and tell us, and you can get a Quilt Lady t-shirt. Come
Uh-huh.
I need me one of these.
Christmas t-shirt. You're going to get one.
Perfect.
Yes.
I love wearing long sleeves.
Yeah.
It's long sleeve.
I wear long sleeves and then put my hoodie over the top. I'm not wearing one today. for some
And then
reason.
also on back. So what size would you like? This is
Kingfisher friendliest little quilt shop. Actually,
Yeah.
we like to kind of say we're Oklahoma's friendliest quilt shop, but we don't want to offend any of the other shops. So,
Right.
but then if you just want to, if you want to comment your size or just give us a call, and
Yeah.
we'll make you a t-shirt up, and you can come in and pick it up. Sarah Lynn says scarf. She's close. It was kerf, Kerf.
Why is it called a kerf?
I don't know.
That's like the oddest name to use for
Ask
it.
well. What else are you gonna call it?
the biggest you got. No, you don't need the biggest. Well, I'll tell you what.
We have
I'll
a
reach out to you,
5X.
Dana, and get your size. And
Yeah.
I'll tell you what we have. I'll reach out to you and get your size.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So, anybody have anything else? Questions?
Question, comments, concerns.
Yeah. Anything you want to learn for the 2024? Yeah. Wow. It's going to be the first 6 months of 2024. It's
It's
going to be so crazy.
What somebody said on the news this morning, that there's only 2 weekends left till
Two-
Christmas Eve.
2 weekends. Oh yeah, that
Till
is.
Christmas Eve.
Ew.
And
Yeah.
then
I
yeah.
don't like that. That means there's 2 weeks. Oh wait, there's 2 weeks till I leave.
Ooh yeah,
Lady's
ladies.
going to the
Yeah.
I'm going to
Tropics.
Cancun.
yeah.
Ooh.
All righty.
So
Well, if there's nothing else, we're gonna.
we're gonna let you go.
Kathy says she thinks the format is great. A
Great.
little discussion.
Yeah.
So, all right. Yeah, we're looking at maybe changing it a little bit after the first of the year. So, anyway, if there's nothing else, I guess you guys can.
Yep. We hope your preparation for Christmas goes smoothly and
Mine isn't.
that all your Christmas wrapping and all that doesn't take you forever. And so, but I haven't even started Christmas shopping.
I have to a degree.
You have?
Not fun.
I've bought 1 or 2 items, but they're more like stocking stuffers or nothing.
Every time I go Christmas shopping, I try and buy for everybody else, and end up buying something for me too.
Here's okay. So my
Merry
That's
Christmas
all right.
to me.
my
Shop for
oldest
yourself.
son is getting married, and I thought for Christmas I seen this online dance. So you dance lessons or
Oh,
I was like.
Teach them
Because
to dance.
I don't want them to think that they're not great dancers. Because they are just. I think they're just meant for each other. But they dance amazingly together. But I thought maybe for their wedding they would have, just a couple extra moves. What do you all think? Should
Dawn and
I buy
actually,
that?
years ago, I am not a dancer, and that's probably the one thing Dawn
Wishes.
disappointed about. Because
I'm not a
I am
dancer
not
either.
a dancer, and she is. We took dance lessons in
Mhm.
Oklahoma City. There was a studio down there on Northwest Highway. Somewhere around there's a gym and stuff right there, and we actually went in and took
I forgot their cyber behind there and almost fell over.
lessons once a week,
Awesome.
and I can't remember a thing of it.
I wanted to take. Okay, so my kids are boy, girl. So all the girls and boys, I was like, we
you
could.
got pairs.
Yeah, we have pairs. So I was like, I wanted to take dance lessons as a family, but we never ever did that either. So,
All right.
okay.
Well, say bye.
Bye.
Bye. Have a good day.
See y'all next week.
Yep. See you next week.